cheating sucks. Adultery's a thing. It happens, but we're not back in the olden days where because you had an affair, now you're having to wear the scarlet letter A. Judges see this and they see it a lot. They see adultery a lot. And so some people think, oh my gosh, you had an affair. I'm gonna get all of the assets. And that's just not how it works. It just doesn't pay how you think it would. 50-50 split is kind of the presumption. We think that everything is gonna be divided 50-50. If there's adultery involved, is it gonna get you more of the estate? Possibly, but it's not guaranteed. It might get you a little bit more, maybe a 55-45 split as far as the division of assets. It just doesn't pay what you think it would. One claim that you might have if someone is unfaithful is a waste of marital assets claim. Maybe they spent all of this money buying their new boo a car or taking them around the world or something like that. Okay, now you might have some claims for reimbursement because you're using my money to do your shenanigans. That's not right. And so, a waste claim may pay out, but just cheating in and of itself doesn't mean you get this disproportionate share of the estate. A lot of people think that because you cheated, now you're not going to get custody, you're not going to see your kids because you did me wrong. And that's just not true. If the affair did not impact the kids in any way, meaning you're not missing soccer games because you're out with your boyfriend. You're not, missing the field trip because you're off on a trip with your boyfriend, then it's just not going to matter to the court. It didn't impact your parenting. Now, if you were putting that new boyfriend or girlfriend over your kids, yeah, then it might have an impact. But typically, it just doesn't impact custody. I will say, though, that courts don't want the kids meeting a lot of new partners. And so the court will sometimes put provisions in place that are going to protect the children. Like, okay, you have to be in a romantic relationship with this person for 6 months before they're able to meet the kids. You have to be, married before they're sleeping under the same roof with the kids. Things like that can be put into place. Maybe they need to meet your ex before they can meet the kids. There's all kinds of things that you can do to make sure that just people aren't being run in and out of their lives like a revolving door. Spousal support is going to be limited to if you can meet your minimum reasonable needs and, the length of the marriage and things like that. And so just because someone cheated doesn't mean you're automatically going to get spousal support. You still have to meet those statutory requirements of being married for at least 10 years and being unable to meet your minimum reasonable needs. And so if my husband and I both work and he had an affair and I make, okay money, the court's going to be like, nothing I can do about that. Like, you don't need spousal maintenance. It's just to meet those minimum reasonable needs. It's not to penalize him for having an affair. Having an affair will have absolutely no impact on child support. Child support is based on the Texas Child Support Guidelines that were established by the Office of the Attorney General. And all that they look at is, what are your net resources? How many kids are there that we need to provide for? And here's the magic number. This is what you need to pay. If you have any questions about the myths of cheating and divorce, give us a call. We're happy to help.